some of the dialogue in the film is so wonderful and realistic. There's a moment when they're walking in the park and they're trying to understand something that each other is saying, and
Yeah.
and finally she interrupts him, and it's beautiful, beautiful dialogue. I'm curious, how much of that was on the page? How much of it did you get to as a director through improvisation? Either way, it's great work.
Yeah. Yeah. So the story is fully scripted, and for the short film, and as will be for the feature, has gone through many passes. The dialogue and the actors have read the script. From there, I prefer that they put things in their own words because it's better for their performance, and frankly, they'll write it better than I would. So that particular moment you're talking about, that was one of our looser improv. The shoot will vary between things that are more scripted in terms of the beats that happen, and then they could be simpler scenes where the scene is that the character David in this moment that you're referring to is trying to tell an offensive joke to to Sarah, trying to impress her on a first date with an offensive joke, and she doesn't get it. And there's this great back and forth. And so the way that worked on that day of production is we just walked for an hour or two, I think, with Brandon and Samantha. And Brandon, who plays David, has a huge repertoire of offensive humor that I've heard from like our whole friendship. He always is looking for new jokes. So that's part of his character, and it's actually, if you watch the film, you'll see these jokes really aren't that nice. But it was something that was important to me to include in it as part of his personality for multiple reasons. One, I think it's important not to sanitize people just because they're on the spectrum. That we should see characters that are fully, rounded human beings with flaws that we can all relate to. And also, for my character, it's one of the kind of negative crutches that he uses socially that pushes him away in a lot of social situations. And in this scene that you're talking about, it really kind of butts up nicely with the female character, the Sarah's character, who has a language processing disability. So it was this great discovery with these two people that actually kind of her way of functioning, where she needs things very literal and can't understand double entendre, and David's character, who only functions with this kind of wit. They have to overcome. They have to both step over their crutches and communicate in a more honest way in order to make the relationship work.
Yeah, it's a lovely, lovely moment. Now we've got to talk a little bit about what you need to do to get this funded so that you can get to the feature film. You've been in a funding cycle. Explain to our viewers what that means.
So we're now in the last 2-3 days of our crowdfunder on Seed and Spark. Crowdfunding works by getting a lot of people to make small donations, and that adds up to enough to make something mountainous like a feature film. We've had tremendous success, but we are in the last days and looking to push it to the 100% of our goal. We're making this film at a very small budget, as films go. So every dollar that we're asking for, we really do need, and will go toward making this look like a real film, as it deserves to.
Now, when I looked at it yesterday, you were at 85% for the funding.
Yes.
So tell the folks at home, how much do you need to get there, and how much have you got so far?
We're at 98%.
You are at 98% overnight?
We're at 98%. We're moving. I think we're almost at 99.
All right. So how much money did you need to get the whole project funded?
Well, we are asking for 50,000 on the crowdfunder. We have stretch goals that we will now be reaching for stretch goals.
Okay.
But
let's get you to the 100% first, and then we'll go for the stretch goals.
100%, and then we go for stretch goals.
Okay. So how much more money do you need to get to the 100%?
So let's see, we need, how much is it, like 600?
So you only need $600
more
for this to happen. Yes. And you've got 2-3 days. So I would like to say to the viewers watching there, and you can give as small as $5, correct?
Correct.
So for the viewers who are watching, if you got $5 to be able to say, I was a part of getting this film made, I want to challenge you to do that now. $5 to be a part of something bigger. How many opportunities do you get in life to say, I paid $5 and I'm a part of that? And you can proudly say that to anybody, when the feature film comes out, say that to the family member that you know, do it in honor of somebody that you love that's on the autism spectrum that you think their story needs to be told. And for people who want to know more about the film so they see why they should fund it, where do you want to send them to watch so that they can see a clip or see the entire short?
Yes, you can go to seedandspark.com. And our project is right there up on the front page. Keep the Change is the name of the film.
So they can watch a scene from it there, and they can also donate there, correct?
That's right. So Seed and Spark is where they would go to donate and to meet the cast. We have this, great pitch video up where you get to meet the cast and hear why this film is important to them.
Okay, wonderful.
And then for watching the short film, if people want to watch the 16-minute short film, which is an award-winning short film and is kind of shows what actors with autism can bring to the screen, and gives them a sense emotionally of the project, then they can go to our Facebook page and find Keep the Change, and we've got plenty of links there.
Okay. Really lovely film, beautifully cast, beautifully directed, beautifully shot too, by the way. A lot of times for a low budget film, you can see it and you really don't see or feel that. Rachel, I have to say you've done a lovely, lovely job. So if, and we're saying that in the next 2 days you are going to get to 100%, when are you going to start shooting?
We start shooting August 13th.
Okay, it's happening. I love that. You're 100% sure. And
Yes.
And when do you expect to be releasing?
Release would come in 2/16, so I expect we'll have a lot of footage, and the editing takes a long time. So it'll be a little ways off, but 2/16.
And you're staying with the original cast?
Oh yes, yeah.
Okay.
We're staying with the original with the two leads that you'll see in the short film, and we're expanded. All cast are drawn from the same community, so they have existing relationships that we get to pull upon for the story. So it's expanded out to this world, so you really meet a diversity of characters.
Okay.
But it's driven by a love story.
So seedandspark.com, you're on the front page.
Yes.
Remarkable.
Keep the change.
Keep the
Yeah.
change.